I deleted every player above 80 overall from the NBA. That means Derek White is the new best player in the league. I'm expecting Russell Westbrook to go ballistic in this one, but when you look at the power rankings before the season, teams like the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Bulls are expected to be really good. I guess they just have better depth than the other teams, and that's what a lot of stuff is going to come down to in this video. What teams have better depth? Now, the Warriors, they have 68 overall Ryan Rollins starting, and somehow they're supposed to be a really good team. No disrespect to Ryan Rollins, but going from Steph Curry to Ryan Rollins is wild. Ben Simmons is a starter on the All-Star team now. Russell Westbrook is an All-Star captain. I expected his numbers to be better. And Andre Drummond's back to putting up the numbers he was putting up in Detroit and Cleveland. After year one, Jaden Ivey, he is a rookie, is the MVP of the league. Over 20 points per game on garbage efficiency, but efficiency doesn't matter as long as you're getting buckets. Am I right? Steve Kerr drops 50 wins. Dude, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but he wins 50 games, or he doesn't really. His basketball team does. He was coaching, you know? And Buddy Hield, I expected him to score more. Y'all saw he used to average 20 back in the day, so how come he can't do that in a league like this? Josh Hart is All-NBA. Really, the way he's been playing since he joined New York, if he would have been there the whole year, he might have been All-NBA regardless. Kevin Love turns back the clock. DeAnthony Melton's getting buckets. Daniel Gafford's getting buckets. Kelly Olynyk is All-NBA. Russ, I expected you to do so much better. I know you could put up better numbers than that in this type of league. You're letting Dante DiVincenzo score more than you. Are you serious? And the Kings, they're the number 1 seed. The Pelicans are number 2. The Warriors with 68 overall Ryan Rollins. Man, the efficiency sucks, but hey, I can't even hate. Y'all were a really good team. The Lakers do their thing. They've got a solid squad. Like, overall, they've got a ton of depth. And also, don't blame me if players' overalls went up. They were an 80 whenever I made the roster, okay? So don't get mad that the overalls go up. By the way, this video is going to end once a player reaches 90 overall. So through progression and stuff, once they get that high, I'm going to end the video. The Spurs actually make the play-in tournament. Greg Popovich was coaching crazy. He found out, oh, all the stars are gone from the league. Let me cook. He drew up some new plays and stuff, some new types of cuts, and the Toronto Raptors do their thing. The Chicago Bulls, led by Patrick Beverley. Yes, they were led by Patrick Beverley, averaging over 10 points per game on the season. The Atlanta Hawks with Sadiq Bey, DeAndre Hunter, Goran Dragic. You've got the Pacers, who I think Ben Mathurin would go crazy in this type of sim. Kelly Oubre does well with the, what team does he play for? Yeah, the Hornets, my bad. DeMarcus Cousins is back in the league. This time he is with the Milwaukee Bucks. He was there before in real life. Derrick Rose is starting with the Knicks. You've got Bol hooping with the Magic. And the leading scorer this year, Jonathan Kuminga. Number 2 was John Wall, who is currently a free agent. He was getting buckets. He was putting up the type of numbers he was putting up in Houston. I'm going to go through the playoffs a little more quickly in this video because the thing is, I don't think y'all really care about like 70 overalls facing off in the first round. We're trying to see conference finals and NBA finals action. So we might take a little bit of time to look at the second round matchups, but really it's going to be about the conference finals and the NBA finals. It looks like the Memphis Grizzlies, maybe they're led by like Dylan Brooks. Is he still in the league in this? I don't know, but they're about to upset the Lakers, it looks like, even though the Lakers were the better team going into this. And the Grizzlies, they're making a run to the finals potentially as an 8 seed. The Atlanta Hawks are facing off against the Toronto Raptors here in the conference finals. The Raptors have 2 players above 80 or 80 and above, and then also the same goes for the Atlanta Hawks. Then the Memphis Grizzlies, they've got Tyus Jones. Yeah, they do have Dylan Brooks. And then the Trailblazers, they got Cam Payne, Shadon Sharp, Matisse Thybulle. They've got a solid squad as well, at least for the standards of this video. They've got a solid squad. And it looks like the Blazers might make a finals appearance. The same goes for the Atlanta Hawks. Could we see Atlanta in the finals against Portland? That would be a new finals. I'm up for that. I mean, the Hawks, they've kind of been doing good in these videos, but hey, they didn't do good this video because they didn't end up making it. Cameron Payne is the conference MVP, and Jakob Poeltl is the conference MVP out east. So this is going to be an interesting matchup, the Jakob Poeltl versus Cam Payne finals. I think at least 7 people people would be tuned in. Me personally, I would be at the local rec league games because it'd be about this type of quality. Nah, I'm playing, bro. NBA players are crazy. But regardless, if the league was like this, would you be tuned in? Would you be tuned in for the Campaign versus Jakob Poeltl finals? Let me know in the comment section, because if you would be, you definitely love ball. You know ball. You probably look at advanced stats and stuff. You're real into it. All right, let's go ahead and let's see how this finals goes. The Blazers versus the Raptors. And it looks like a back and forth series early on as we get a 2-2 series. Maybe we can get a hop-in game, see what these 80 overalls are doing. Shadon Sharpe drops 26 in this one to lead his team to the dub. And he's really doing his thing as a rookie out here, putting up good numbers on good efficiency, which is kind of rare considering that these guys are lower overalls. The guys who are getting buckets, usually the efficiency isn't really there. But we'll see if we can get a game 7. Ultimately, we don't. And Jakob Poeltl is the finals MVP, averaging a whopping 13.3 points per game. Wow, what a finals. After that finals, Mario Chalmers had seen enough. He knew it was time to retire. Do y'all remember in the old 2Ks running with those Heat teams? Mario Chalmers, D. Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. Oh yeah, LeBron. But man, what a time. Oh my goodness. Those were the days. I didn't know anything about how to play 2K. I still suck right now, I'm not going to lie. But like, man, back then I was absolutely awful. But don't get me wrong, it was fun. You used to be able to play my career on rookie back in the day. Y'all kids wouldn't know anything about that. Y'all wouldn't know about 2K17 when it was actually hard to reach 99 overall. Spending the summer grinding to get your overall up, getting endorsements and stuff on my career, trying to get your VC up. Also, we've got the Pelicans duo of Russell Westbrook and John Wall teaming up here in free agency. Free agency is a little bit different now that you don't have these star players. Guys aren't expecting as much money, which I feel like doesn't make sense, because if they are now some of the best players in the league, wouldn't they just expect more money in free agency? I guess that's just not how it works. It's 2K logic. But guys are starting to go up in overall, so we're going to see an increase in talent here. Jonathan Kuminga is an all-star captain this year. Jaden Ivey, the reigning MVP, is also an all-star captain. David Gibbs, who's a rookie, is out here averaging a double-double, over 17 points per game. Really impressive, coming straight into the league and making an impact. He actually wins the MVP award this season, which is ridiculous. He is a rookie. That's back-to-back years a rookie has won the MVP in this simulation. B-ball Paul Reed ends up winning most improved player. And we've got Cole Anthony. I thought he was a guy who was going to cook in this type of sim. 24 points per game. Keegan Murray's cooking. Jonathan Kuminga's cooking. A lot of the young guys who we see currently in the league who are, yeah, don't get me wrong, doing their thing. They're really starting to cook now. Ricky Rubio's cooking. Dana Clark is cooking. He's an auto-generated rookie. Denny Avdia. Do y'all think he's going to reach his potential in real life? I don't really know. I don't know ball. Also, if you're this far into the video, you might as well subscribe, or don't. I don't know, bro. Anyway, Talen Horton-Tucker is on All-NBA third team, averaging over 17 points per game. I feel like we're seeing a lot of guys reach their potentials as a result of increased opportunity, less talent in the league, more opportunity for guys who wouldn't normally get that. So now guys are really starting to reach their ceilings, or at least what 2K thinks their ceilings would be. All right, the Houston Rockets are the #1 seed. Makes sense. They're a young team with potential. Andre Drummond ends up making the Lakers reunion, and Russell Westbrook and John Wall. That's a crazy 1-2 punch in the backcourt. You've also got Dyson Daniels there. They've got a real nice backcourt because John Wall can come in off the bench. You've got Mike Conley leading the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe he's not leading them. I'm sure he's not putting up too crazy numbers. I don't think 2K has his tendencies like that. Jaden Ivey was getting buckets with the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks, I don't really know how they ended up getting such a high seed, to be honest. Their team does not look that crazy. I mean, I know the talent in this league isn't that crazy, but comparatively even, their team doesn't look that crazy. Cam Reddish did his thing in Phoenix. I'm here for that. Cam Reddish starting to get buckets. That's exactly what I'm here to see. Yo, where did James Wiseman go in this? There's no way he's above an 80. Anyway, let's lock in on the playoffs. I know I ramble way too much. It's probably an acquired taste these videos are. Like, some people are probably like, bro, what is this dude talking about? And maybe some of y'all are watching, because at this point, we're like 10 minutes in the video or something like that around there, right? Some of y'all are probably watching, and you're like, okay, let him cook, let him cook. And I appreciate y'all who are like, let him cook. But some of the people who are like, man, this guy talks too much, I understand that as well. The Pelicans and the Lakers head to a Game 7 where the Pelicans win. That means Russ and John Wall are here in the conference finals. Can we see Russell Westbrook get a ring right here? And we've got Thomas Bryant on the Houston Rockets now. Also, we've got the Hawks versus the Pistons. The Hawks looking to make another run. You've got Jaden Ivey here on the Detroit Pistons. I think he is one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league. And the Rockets are looking to beat the Pelicans early on, but the Pelicans aren't going for that. They end up making the finals led by Russell Westbrook. How many times y'all think he rocked the baby on the way to this finals? He is how many years old? 36, I think that said. He's real old, but he's still getting buckets. And now we've got Pistons versus Pelicans. This is an interesting matchup for sure. I like that we have Russ in the finals. We got John Wall in the finals. They both have a chance to get their first ring. So sorry, Pistons. Y'all are a young team. You'll have another chance later. Come on, go Pelicans. What do the Pelicans fans say? Do y'all have like a saying like Pelicans Nation or fly Pelicans fly? What do y'all say? What do you, bro, I don't know. Oh, there's James Wiseman. 14 points and 6 rebounds. Look at James Wiseman, man. Jalen Duren did his thing, 22 and 11. John Wall is doing his thing. Russell Westbrook's John Wall is not doing his thing. 1 for 10. Jonathan, 1 for 10. Dyson Daniels, 7 for 21 from the field. John Wall, 6 for 21. Oh my goodness, the rim was getting punished. But we're heading to a game 7 here, and unfortunately, the Pistons win. Sorry if you're a Pistons fan. Like, y'all are cool, but I really wanted to see Russ and John Wall get a ring. Jalen Duren, an absolute masterclass, 14 for 15 from the field en route. Ooh, I was cooking with that little saying. En route to a Pistons win. John Wall had another inefficient game, unfortunately, but Jaden Ivey is the Finals MVP at 22 years old. He's got a ring. He's got a Rookie of the Year. He's got a Finals MVP. He's been cooking. I was wondering what Melo had been doing in this. I expected him to put up better numbers in a league like this, but I guess it just didn't happen. We'll go ahead and we'll see if anybody crazy was in the draft. We've got Everett Stevens, who's an 82 overall at 19 years old with 15 badges. He's labeled as an all-around threat, so he can do a little bit of everything. And looking at his potential, yeah, it's ridiculous. His max potential is 99. Okay, Everett, let me know if y'all want to see a full career sim on this player. I downloaded his player DNA, so if y'all want me to put him in a new league, put him in a new draft class or something like that, and then we can see how his career pans out, let me know in the comments section. Free agency this year, I've noticed that a lot of guys ended up just kind of returning to their teams. I feel like we saw more loyalty in this video than we usually do in other videos. And Jaden Ivey, he's the best player in the league at an 87. Chet Holmgren's right there though at an 86. And a lot of guys are taking a jump. So now we're seeing an increase in talent in the league. But next year, I think we'll see somebody hit 90, which means that'll be the last year of simulation. Dyson Daniels is the captain of the All-Star team, and Jalen Suggs is also an All-Star captain. As you can see, Jalen Suggs, he's really been able to reach his potential as a result of increased opportunity. I feel like he does solid in the Sims, but he's done pretty well in this one. This season, Jalen Duren is the most valuable player at 21 years old, averaging almost 22 points per game and adding on 13 rebounds. But Everett Stevens explodes onto the scene, averaging almost 22 a game and adding on a solid amount of rebounds and assists. Chet Holmgren's the DPOY, Emmanuel Quickley, 6th Man of the Year, Ty Washington, Most Improved, and Dwayne Casey is the Coach of the Year. All right, y'all see the All-NBA teams. Y'all see the All-Defensive teams. Jaden Ivey continues to hoop. I expected the scoring to go up a little bit more for him. Jonathan Kuminga, the same thing. I expected his scoring to go up a little bit more. Bones Highland's getting buckets. And now we'll go ahead and we'll jump to the playoffs. The Houston Rockets are the 1 seed out west. And then out east, we've got the Detroit Pistons as the number 1 seed. 2 young teams who suck right now in real life have really trusted the process and started to hoop. All right, let's go ahead and let's see how the second round goes. We've got the Lakers and Warriors in the second round, and they both end up losing. That Lakers-Warriors that Lakers-Warriors game today, that's what I was trying to say, ended up being really good. Steph Curry heated up in the fourth quarter, and then also that Mavs-Phoenix game, I didn't catch the whole thing, but I watched the end. It was ridiculous. Yo, KD, he's such a great shot maker. I mean, I know everybody knows that. Oh, Danny, you don't know ball. Yeah, whatever, dude. It was a really good game, and I really enjoyed watching it. Anthony Davis did his thing. I feel like when he's healthy, he is one of the best players in the league. But let me get back to this. Everett Stevens ends up winning conference MVP, which is ridiculous. He is a rookie doing this. And now we're here in the finals. We've got a Raptors-Rockets finals. Jabari Smith Jr. leading the Rockets here, and rookie Everett Stevens leading the Raptors. Let's see if the Raptors can do something. It's not really looking like it. It's not looking good at all. The Raptors take a game. Yeah, that's all they got, though. And Josh Christopher ends up winning Finals MVP. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and let's see how this offseason goes. We'll see if anybody crazy ends up joining the league in the draft. We do have an 81 overall center, Bryant Temple, who is 7 feet tall. He looks promising. He was the 3rd overall pick in this draft, but he didn't have as crazy a potential as that guy Everett Stevens, but maybe he'll end up being a force in this league. Unfortunately, we probably won't end up seeing that because this is likely to be the last year, because if you remember, I said once a guy hits 90 overall, we're going to go ahead and make that the last season of the video. The Pelicans do go ahead and pick up Ben Simmons, and you can see how the rest of free agency went. But yeah, Chet Holmgren, he's the first 90 overall in the league, and also Everett Stevens is ridiculous. Let me know for real if y'all want to see that career sim, because he's going crazy in this one. 88 overall, up 6 in year 2 at 20 years old. He's already got his own all-star team. It's Team Everett. Man, let me know. I feel like it would be crazy to see a league like this where the talent ended up getting really depleted at the start, but then you see guys start to really hoop, and then you see new guys come in the draft and start to really, it'd be crazy, man. But Everett Stevens ends up averaging over 30 points per game on the season. Absolutely ridiculous, or at least so far. We're at the All-Star break. But Michael Harper, I didn't even know about this guy, averages almost 35 a game. He was the 9th pick in 2023. Didn't even really play his first season. He might as well have been the coach. He was putting up 0 points per game. He doesn't play. They called him the coach over there. They were roasting him. But then he was like, okay, y'all want to say all that? Let me cook. Averaged almost 35 points per game. Stephen Atkins, DPOY, and Michael Harper. Yeah, no kidding, most improved player. He was out there going crazy. Everett Stevens almost averages 30 points per game. Absolutely wild, man. And we'll go ahead and we'll check out the league leaders in scoring. This year we saw a huge scoring bump. Johnny Davis over 30 a game. Bones Highland almost at 30 a night. Some crazy scoring. And that led me to think, I had to put 2 and 2 together real quick. I thought there was probably a league change. And we went ahead and we checked on the rule changes because I thought the shot clock might have been shortened, which would lead to people shooting more shots. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. That caused a little scoring boom. And guys were out there getting buckets and really hooping. But let's go ahead and let's see how these playoffs go. The Rockets, once again, the 1 seed. The Pistons, also a 1 seed. And the Pistons don't make the conference finals this year, but the Rockets do. We've got a Clippers-Rockets series. Bones Highland on the Clippers along with Sadiq Bey. And then the Rockets, they've got guys like Jabari Smith Jr. and Josh Christopher, who we saw last year. The Hawks have Bol and DeAndre Hunter, while the Bulls have Io and Patrick Williams. We'll go ahead and we'll see how these series go. The Clippers are dominating against the Rockets, a sweep to get them to the finals, and then Patrick Williams leads the Chicago Bulls to the finals as well. So we've got a Bulls-Clippers finals, Bones Highland going crazy, and Patrick Williams, usually I feel like he's a guy who's scoring like 10 points per game, but he started going ballistic. Everybody who was above an 80 overall got removed from the league, and he said, okay, let me cook. And maybe he can get a ring on top of it, 2-0. Okay, the Clippers are trying to do their thing. It's tied up. It looks like they were going to take Game 5, but in a crazy ending, somehow the Bulls end up winning. I wish I would have hopped in for it, but ultimately the Bulls do get the dub. It is off of a Reed medium jump shot that ends up going in. Is that Paul Reed? I don't know, bro. But regardless, they end up winning this game in a crazy ending. I don't know how that happened. The Clippers were up by a lot, but yeah, they got the dub. I mean, basketball, you know what I mean? And now the Bulls, they're up like 3-2 in the series? Yeah, they win the championship. I don't know, man. Patrick Williams, finals MVP. This video, wow, this was crazy, man. I had a lot of fun making it for y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope y'all have a great day. See y'all on the next one. Peace.